This week's topic for Witches of the Moon is on urban legends. And let me be honest, when I saw the topics and I saw that this was one of the topics, I was like, what in the hell am I gonna do with urban legends? Because this isn't something that I normally think about. You know, growing up, you hear all these little stories, and when you're little, you don't realize what they are. They're stories, and they scare you, you know, half to death. But I haven't thought about urban legends in like a long time, but when I started to do this video and started to think about what I wanted to do for this video, I do realize that there are a couple of urban legends that, despite the fact that I don't think about them, they kind of haunt me, so to speak. So let's first talk about the fact that, you know, Eva did a great job in explaining what urban legends were, where they came from, and when I did my research, because like I said, I hadn't thought about this in a while, I came up with a lot of what she came up with, and I'm not going to just repeat what she said. So we're going to go from a standpoint that I know best, and that is the fact that urban legends most of the time are horror related, and that's what I remember them as being. Back in the 90s, when the slasher flick was revisited because of Scream, there was another series that came out called Urban Legends, and despite the fact that the sequels were pretty crappy, all of them touched on pretty well some of your biggest urban legends. And then aside from that, you had Candyman, which is another urban legend, which is, you know, pretty similar to Bloody Mary. Now, when it comes to urban legends, what I'm going to say is, when I was a kid, Bloody Mary and Candyman scared the crap out of me. I wouldn't do it, and if I'm being honest, I wouldn't do it now. You know, there's never been any proof one way or the other, and I think that's probably why I wouldn't do it now. When it came to Candyman, I was a little less scared of Candyman for whatever reason, but then the movie came out and Tony Todd scared the crap out of me as Candyman, so I just wouldn't do that either. When I started thinking about urban legends, and when I surprised myself, I was like, you know, I don't think about them, I don't know what I'm gonna say, and then I realized that I kind of do. You know, there are things that do stick with you, and one of the things that sticks with me is I will not get in my car and not check the back seat. I check my back seat every single time I get in the car. I have a Fiat, and I can barely fit in my back seat, but you can bet you anything that when I get in my car, I'm checking my back seat, because of the whole tale about the axe murderer being in the back seat and the girl not realizing it, she gets hacked to pieces. Nope, I check my back seat. And then, you know, Pop Rocks. I like my Pop Rocks, and I'm not a big, you know, mixer of anything anyway, but I remember that even when I was a kid, and probably even now, when it came to my Pop Rocks, if I was drinking a soda and even had a little bit of the residual anything on my tongue, I wouldn't put Pop Rocks in my mouth, because I was told that that made my stomach explode. So little things like that stick with you throughout your life, and you don't realize that when you're in grade school and you're doing the little slumber party things, and you're talking about Bloody Mary, and things like that, those things kind of stick with you. You know, we had another thing around us about the lady in white, and I swear to you, I saw her. So, you know, to me, some of your urban legends, you know, they had to start from somewhere, is I guess my whole feeling about that. They have to start from somewhere. You know, anybody can make up a story, and you know, I write stories, but I make up stories based off of things that I've seen or heard, you know, and then I just twist them a little bit. So you can't tell me that maybe some of these stories may not be as horrific as we know them to be, but they had to have started somewhere, right? So that's really all I have to say about urban legends, because, you know, it's not something that I think about. It's just a little bit of something that sticks with me every now and then. My question to you, though, is we all grew up with them. We've all heard them. We've all told them to people. That bump gets me every time. Anyway, we've all told them to people. My thing is, I want to know what what is the urban legend that sticks with you the most? Now, whether that means something that you just think about on a regular basis when you get in your car, like, you know, I get in my car and I think about the axe murderer in the back seat. If it's something that you tend to repeat because of whatever reason, I want to know which urban legend you guys know and think of the most. Because I just think I think it would be kind of interesting to hear what it is that we all as people take to. And like, you know, there are several. Like I said, those horror movies in the 90s were really good at telling you what they were, even if they were cheesy horror movies. You know what I'm saying? So they gave you a really good lineup of your urban legends and your myths. And I just would really like to know, what is your favorite urban legend? What is it that you know, remember most about your childhood when it came to urban legends? And what was it that either scared you the most or something that you used to scare other people? So that's all. And I hope you guys have a great week. Blessed be.